In our modern working environment, there are several times where we are working distant or remote from one another. However, there is still a value and a necessity to enter into environments together that are considered coastal environments. Coastal environments include our offices, workspaces, developments, and the facilities of our partners and our customers. When entering into a coastal space, there are a set of etiquettes that you should follow. Now, with inside of a coastal space, our etiquettes and our culture are driven by our origins. We're from America, and we're from the American South. Now, unbeknownst to some people, that means something to us. Being a great host, taking care of people, and also being a great guest are concepts that we are rooted. Although being a host and a guest in different environments differ, it's important to understand that our culture is rooted in those old American Southern methodologies that even me myself I was raised under. In that, as the saying goes, there's an etiquette to being a host and an etiquette to being a guest. When being a host, there are a couple of things that you should consider. When someone visits our space, whether you be there as an employee, as a contractor, a vendor, or a partner, then you should be courteous to everyone inside of coastal space. Treat everyone with respect and make sure that you treat everyone equally and fairly. If, for some reason, there's any discord or anything that's not positive, you should wait until the appropriate time to resolve it, instead of doing so and at any chance or at any risk disrupting the peaceful flow of a coastal environment. Secondarily, you should respect the time of our guests. It's very important to mention that the majority of the people that enter our space are doing so because they have something to do and they would like to achieve that thing and then go on to other parts of their life. In that case, we should not make a habit of making people wait for extended periods of time or put them to the side. It's a very important concept to take time to focus on the person and the thing that's in front of you. Also, you should be professional. Remember, it's great to use some of your personal etiquettes, your personal self. We want to encourage diversity, and diversity meaning you be yourself. It's okay to use your own home vernacular when speaking to guests. But in all cases, remember that there's also a professional method of delivery. And in all cases, we prefer professionality in the office space when dealing with our guests. Now, some of those rules on the host put some rules on the guests. In order to respect our guests' time, our guests had to first respect our time. And one of the key things when you're coming in to visit a coastal space, do so by making an appointment with the person you're coming to see. There are other parts of our training that explain exactly how to make that appointment. It's not randomly done, nor through email, but you should use the proper process by which to make an appropriate appointment with that specific person in order to come by and visit them inside their workspace. You should be cognizant that you're asking this person to uplift themselves from their current work, from any other thing that they're being productive on, in order to give you time. And we're asking the host to focus on your needs. But they can only do that if you have first respected their time and their energy and the other work that they have to do. The second, when you are a guest, is to be polite. Inside of our offices, no matter who you are, if you are a customer, that is one of our best customers. If you are a partner, that is one of our highest earning partners. If you are a vendor, who's one of our hardest working vendors. It makes no difference to us when treating people polite and kind and with basic etiquette in our office space. At any and all times, it is a demand that we have of everyone visiting our space. And whether your station is high or low inside the culture of society, it is irrelevant with inside the coastal space when it comes to being respectful and polite and courteous with the people in our space. The third thing is this: office is a very interesting space. Our environments are very interesting spaces. People usually place things throughout the environment with full and utter trust that it will be respected by everyone who enters into the environment. So it's very important when in a coastal environment to not touch the belongings of someone else unless you previously asked. Now, this is not an insinuation towards theft. No, it's something a lot lighter. If there's me, myself, I have a bit of OCD. I like things to be placed in a very specific way in my office. I particularly don't care for other individuals moving items within my office. There are many people who have different ways of working and different standards that make them comfortable to be in our spaces. Part of respecting that space is to respect the placement and the sanctity of the belongings that are brought into the office, whether they belong to Coastal or to someone else. So please gather permission prior to touching anything in the office. It is important. The last is to understand that you're a guest. Now, what does that mean? It means that for the permanent employees and contractors, and even those partners that work on site in our offices or our facilities, this is their home, their little space in the world where they conduct their business and they seek to be productive for our organization. A guest should not choose to disrupt that space. They should choose to conduct themselves in such a way where it doesn't disrupt the current flow of business. We want to treat our guests excellent. And we want to be excellent hosts, but we also want to receive excellent guests. So, at Coastal and within its environments, following these etiquettes will help us to have an excellent environment and also increase the bonds of our excellent family.